Gravity and friction is the reason we can walk, run, stop, or land a trick. Or not. Friction is a force that exists when two surfaces rub up against each other. Friction occurs in the opposite direction of the motion of an object. So, as this book moves this way across the floor, the friction is acting in this direction. This force will slow the book down and eventually cause it to stop moving at all. In class, we addressed 3 different types of friction: sliding friction, rolling friction, and fluid friction. The first is sliding friction. This occurs when two surfaces rub up against each other. As this block of wood is dragged across the table, there's friction between them. The spring scale shows that there's about 0.3 newtons of frictional force between the surfaces. Now there are a couple of variables that can change the amount of friction between the surfaces. One factor is how hard the surfaces are pressing together. So if I add some weight to this block of wood, the amount of force it takes to move the block across the table has increased. Another factor is the surface itself. If the surface is rougher, the amount of friction increases too. See how much more force it takes to move this block across the grip tape on this skateboard. If we add weight to the block, the force needed to overcome the friction increases even more.
I won't say anything at all, so why don't you slide?
Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.
Another type of friction is called rolling friction. Rolling friction occurs when one surface rolls over another. This type of friction still causes the moving object to slow down and eventually stop, like in sliding friction. However, the amount of friction between the surfaces is much less than in sliding friction. Look how the spring scale isn't even sensitive enough to register the amount of force needed to overcome the rolling friction that occurs between the table and the batteries and this block of wood.
Rolling, rolling, keep rolling, 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 keep rolling, rolling.